Hi everyone, it is the 24th of August of 2023 and today I am looking at the Nintendo Official Magazine issue 137, which is from, as you can see here, February of 2004. This is a UK based magazine selling at £3.50. Now I believe I had one of these. I had one of these with it came with the poster for Mario Party 8, I believe. But anyway, in this issue here, we have Nintendo GameCube, Game Boy Advance. Oh, Miyamoto, he answers your questions on page 28. The UK's biggest and best-selling Nintendo magazine. The first UK review of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles with this guy right here. I don't know if he's actually got a name or if he's just like an avatar character. Games Explosion, Sonic Heroes, new Mario Kart tips, Baiting Kaitos, Kirby Air Ride, Astro Boy, and more. And first for previews, got Metal Gear, James Bond, and Donkey Konga. James Bond, Metal Gear. So that had some kind of that was primarily like PlayStation. At least Metal Gear Solid. When it got to Metal Gear Solid, that was primarily PlayStation. But you can win but here it is on the GameCube, I guess. But look, win a Miyamoto signed poster. Well, we'll have to see what they say about that. Because that feels a bit weird to me. I'm not sure about that. But I'm interested to see. Lord of the Rings boss guide. The best game music ever. Original Mario picks and more inside. Okay then. First off, we have... Is this the greatest hits? Look at this white text here. I hope Andy kept the receipt so I can get my hands on these. On the receipt? Oh, right, okay, for the hat. I get it. I was thinking, why would you want to trade in? Why would they want you to trade in GameCube games? But look, player's choice. It's like the platinum variations of these games right here. And over here, what do we have over here? Welcome to Norm UK. Want to see the first ever drawings of Mario? What about DK? Never thought it possible? Well, actually, it is right here in this very issue, in fact. The first ever pictures of Donkey Kong and Mario penned by the Nintendo generation's Walt Disney. By Disney? The man they call the Spielberg of games. Alright then. Let's see what we've got in store. First of all, got some ads here. Mario Kart Double Dash, I've mentioned before, the only game that I have ever completed 100% but never played in my own house. You've mostly been buying Mario Kart Double Dash, so that's to say, oh, it's the highest selling game on GameCube. Again, I was surprised the mighty moustache and his merry band of motoring mates would make an ideal Christmas present for even the most cynical of gamers. The most cynical of gamers? They'd be like, oh, I don't want gamers. Oh, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, Rogops. 8 action-packed missions, unique stealth attacks, extensive arsenal of weapons. The mission is official, revenge is personal. See, even though this is like a dark, shootery, stealthy game, because it's Nintendo and because it's 2004, it still looks quite gamey. Next page. We have the contents. You have Big the Cat and Amy on Sonic Heroes. We've got some Big in Japan stuff. Nintendo Classic. And Dear Mr. Nintendo. Oh, are they sending letters in to Miyamoto there? You can win cool prizes. So we've got some regular features there. But who wants to read the contents when we can just get to it? 10 things we didn't know last month. We'd get shortchanged by a monkey. Cell-shaded letters could be sorted at the speed of light. We could fit every SSMB trophy on 2 pages and still have room for some words. Okay. We have some images there. Here we have Amy, Sonic and Knuckles. The Sonic Heroes. And this is Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles with like some nice little art here. I did have this game, but I didn't get far in it. I sort of just... I mean, I got it because it was Final Fantasy, but it just felt like... I don't know. It felt like it didn't really have much going for it. What I mostly remember was that you had to carry... There was like a chalice you had to carry around to block off the miasma that you couldn't walk through. And I think at the end of levels you got to choose one of 8 boosts or something. This is like no other Final Fantasy game you've ever played. If you're hoping Crystal Chronicles has a squillion character stats, a complex story that no one can fathom, or 1,000 characters that speak utter gibberish, you won't find it here. But if you want a journey of intrigue and exploration across beautiful landscapes or dark and gloomy caves full of nasty beings to slaughter, this is your game. Get a party of fighters round and you'll have a blast like no other. So yeah, this game used the this is there with the GBAs. You hook up Game Boy Advances to the GameCube, and I think on this game it sort of give you like a map on the screen. If you have got 3 GBA owning mates, however, Crystal Chronicles will be a unique experience. Surprised? We were too, especially when we realise how basic the plot is. A toxic mist called miasma covers every part of the land. If anyone breathes it in, they'll snuff it. You mean they'll die? They'll die a terrifying death. So the townsfolk use a special protection crystal that repels the mist, creating a purified zone around it. Yeah, so if you're playing... I think if you play one player, you've got a Moogle that carries it round. And if you're playing multiplayer, one of the characters has to hold it as you're moving around. It's weird. Oh yeah, and then you got this little map here, so you've got the different zones. Take a left past the mushroom flyover. The variation of worlds in Crystal Chronicles is something to be seen. Just one map area contains forests, caves, mines and villages. Sorry, 1 second. The phone is ringing. I hate to do this. One moment. Alright, sorry about that. The phone was ringing, and so I was worried for a second that someone was locked outside, and it turns out there isn't. So, hold on, I'm just going to sort out this wheel on my chair again. So I thought I better go and check. But no, I took the key out the door, so it should be fine. Anyway, it was only like a minute or so, wasn't it? Miles Pass. This small but bustling town will be your first port to call for new equipment. There are 2 blacksmiths that'll knock together some sweet blades if you've got the metal and cash. We also met a dodgy old bloke who says he likes to stand and stare at young girls. Oh. Look out for him, ladies, the dirty old git. Oh. Hello, you're looking at the best blacksmith in town. Let me make weapons for you. I mean, how gross is that? I mean, even in your happy Nintendo games, you know. You won't find much here other than a moody chap who refuses to let anyone go near his boat. Return later and he'll change his mind. Oh, if you slip him a hefty wager, that is. I was going to say, what, just give him some time? The Mushroom Forest. So is that like the first level? Like one of the first levels? I seem to remember playing it, so I feel like it must be one of the first ones. Ah, right. Yeah, you got to choose a few different classes there. So, FF Crystal Chronicles is actually the 7th Final Fantasy game to appear on a Nintendo home console. Did you know that? It began way back in 1987. So we have Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whoa, hold on. Here's an error. 1994's FF6, FF3 in the UK. It was never FF3 in the UK. It was Final Fantasy 6 when it was released originally for the PlayStation 1. It was Final Fantasy 3 in the US. Contained suicide and teenage pregnancy, a bit like EastEnders. Yeah, this is a UK. This is a UK based magazine. But to say Final Fantasy 6 is like EastEnders, I've never heard that before. But we were busy with Mario World. I think I was meant to say FF3 in the US. Again, it was called Final Fantasy 2 in Euroland. No, America. It was the US. Final Fantasy in 1988, Final Fantasy 2 never saw light of day outside Japan. Further proof that a lot of us live in the wrong country. Oh, the pain. I don't bet none of them are like EastEnders. Let's say Final Fantasy. Oh, hold on. That screenshot's Final Fantasy 5. Westers eventually got their share of goods when FF4 arrived on the Super NES in 1991. It was called Final Fantasy 2 in Euroland, which it wasn't. But that's Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy 5 again. They've got the wrong screenshots. Anyway, it didn't say Final Fantasy 3 is like Coronation Street or anything like that. This guy won't let you on his boat, but in typical RPG style, you can't fireball his ass until he reconsiders. Say this is when fans of the Western RPG will be like, well, actually, in the games that I play, you can find your own way around things. If a character is not bending to your will, you can overwhelm them with your powers. Anyway, we have the Clavats. The only slightly normal-looking characters in the game. Clavats are pretty good all-round adventurers. If you're not good with decisions, Clavats are the ideal choice, with decent attack, defense, and strong magic skills. Anyway, so these characters aren't normal-looking, apparently. Look pretty normal to me. The Ukes and the Little T's. Jeez, I do remember vaguely these characters. There's no star in FFCC. The different caravan crews of Tipa each boast their own strengths, so you need to strike a balance in your team. Intrigue and exploration. So, yeah, this is explaining about how you're moving you have to carry the thing around, the chalice. Yeah. Okay. The wizard speaks. Oh. So this is still Crystal Chronicles. There's a Moogle. Unfortunately, you can't kill your Moogle. Oh, drat. It would have been a laugh, like when you can hack the chickens in A Link to the Past. But if you find a Moogle house, you can whip out a spray can and graffiti all over him. It's not just for fun though. Connect a GBA in single player mode, and the colour you spray him will change the function displayed on the portable. Say, on the portable. You can't say the GBA again. They've got to change it to a different word. You can switch between a map and radar or an enemy detector. Looking good, Kupo. And here we have the wizard speaks. So this is the wizard. The wizard speaks. So, questions. What happens when a player wants to stop fighting and have a fiddle with their menu and item screens? Does it stop everyone else from playing too? No, it doesn't. And a bloody good job too. In multiplayer mode, all menu fiddling is done on that particular player's GBA screen, where it won't disturb the on-screen action or spoil the fun for the other players. Yeah, I mean, like if you're opening up the menu and you're looking through things and everyone else is still moving around, your character's just gonna be like stood there. I mean, maybe the character like pulls out a GBA or something. I don't know. What if a player snuffs it? See, they can't say dies. They can't say dies or is killed because this is Nintendo. Oh, but never mind. They say the word dead straight after that. So, oh well, I guess I was wrong. Do they stay dead for the whole stage? Death is bad, but not irreversible. If you die, you become a transparent ghost, and all you can do is wave your hands to get the attention of the other players. Hopefully one of them will have a revival spell that brings you back. If not, it's tough luck. And you'll have to remain a see-through corpse. How nice. What if I start the game with 4 players, but one of my mates nips off home? Can the rest of us still continue without them? Yeah, if one of your sloppy mates has to get back on before their money kicks their ass for getting back after dark, it won't affect your quest. In fact, any save game, yeah, okay. How does the computer decide which poor bloke has to lug around the chalice? The computer won't make any tough decisions for you at all. You have to decide with your mate who carries it. I mean, that's going to be annoying, isn't it? You know, you've got 4 people playing this game. It's like, right, we need to decide which one of us is just going to carry this lumpy thing and do nothing else and walk around. And then the person who picks up will be like, oh, well, if I'm going to hold it, I'm going to walk over this way. It's like, oh no, you're not playing fair. Well, you want me to hold it. If I want to join an adventure that's already been played for many hours, will I be too weak to stand a chance against the powerful enemies? A tough one. While I can consult the eye. Hold on. Shazam! The eye says if you get your mates to buy some upgrades for you with all the cash they should have gathered at that point, you'll be fine. Now all bow to the all-seeing power of the eye. Okay. That's what that was about. Especially multiplayers, lone gamers will have to compromise. Oh, darn it. Should you buy it? Yes, if you've got friends. No, if you're expecting a complex tale of epic proportions like other FF games. You'll love it if you like RPGs but want a break from turn-based battles and characters with 20 attributes. I mean, it's not like the characters all have 20 different individual stats. It's about how those stats interact. Anyway, 15 hours from the moment, yeah, 4 players. So best bit, the graphics. The worst bit, the fighting. 86%. That doesn't, I mean, okay. Nice monster hands. What else did you get for Christmas? Ah, okay, it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah. Anyway, there's Bart Simpson over on the right there. But first, let's go over here. Metro Prime 2 heads up a killer 2004 lineup for the gaming company of choice. This year, you'll be glad you bought a GameCube. Nintendo's confirmed to Nom UK that both Metro Prime 2 and Geist will appear in the second half of 2004, and the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green will be released before the year's end. Geist. That name sounds familiar, but I don't really know what it looks like. Let's have a look at the feedback team. Instant reaction to this month's hot topics from people like you. Would you like PS2 FF games instead of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles? Here's my response to that. Yes. Okay, now let's see what they have to say. I have a few of the Final Fantasy games on PS1 and PS2, but I think Crystal Chronicles would be better. If any of the PS2 series should come to GameCube, there should be some new some new extras like some side quests. I would much prefer Crystal Chronicles. Why title for PS2 ports when this looks so amazing? How Sonic has his day. Oh, he's a legend. But the recent games have been a bit pants. If Sonic's had his day, so has Mario. I think we'll be seeing a lot more from the spiky blue one in future. Again, it's the whole like the spiky blue one rather than just saying Sonic or him. Sonic lives, but the game's looking dated. Maybe the next should be a brand new game exclusive to N5. N5, are you happy to wait for N5's new games? I think the N5 should be delayed. They can still do so much with the GameCube. What is the N5? Is that codename for what would eventually become the DS? I don't know. To be honest, I'd rather they appeared on GameCube. There's something to play on the system. Sales of N5 would go through the roof. What is the N5? I don't know what that means. The N5? So handheld wise, I'm thinking you got the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Are they including the SP in that or the Game & Watch? I don't know. N5. I don't get it. Win Mario Party 5 and a cube. I've got a apostrophe there so you know it's a GameCube but not just a random cube. Not like a Rubik's Cube or anything like that. What console was the first Mario Party game released on? Nintendo 64. Oh, that was the only question. Alright, okay. Never mind. Free Zelda disc gets even freer. In the latest thrilling chapter in the story of the Zelda Collector's Disc. For this month only, you can get a hold of the much-loved, coveted Zelda Collector's Disc easier than ever before. My brother, when he got his GameCube, he got this with it. I don't know if it was free with it, but he got it one Christmas, and like after I had mine, and he got this Zelda collection with it. Sega to Sui, eh? Too much information. Oh, is it? Hold on, let me get a zoom out to get a full grasp of. Right, okay. Just making sure there wasn't anything I missed out on there. So some legal action. The idea of Crate is to make some crazy money. Sega is clearly hoping its impending legal action against Fox and Electronic Arts will have the same result. See, Sega invented taxi games that are a bit crazy. They have a patent on them. Apparently, Simpsons Road Rage, see phrase bank to right, exit money from EA's bank account. Crazy. Sonic the Hedgehog on Mega Drive is the best game ever made. The end. Right, okay then. Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive. It never got any better than that, and it never will. That's the result of a survey of UK gamers conducted by ELSPA. Ocarina was second and a vague Super Mario charted at 8. Did they ask you? That's very strange. I mean, I know Ocarina of Time is always considered to be very high, but I would not have thought that Sonic 1 would be like that high. Or maybe N5 is the Wii. Hold on. NES, SNES, N64, GameCube. Yeah, I think it's the Wii. Nintendo guru Satoru Iwata let slip an interesting info McNugget to Japanese mag Famitsu. N5 will apparently play the games for the previous generation, mimicking the backwards compatibility Sony offered with the PS2. It is weird that they're talking about PS2. You would think that they just not mention it. Anyway. The next Kirby game will be released on the Game Boy Advance. The Great Labyrinth. No UK date has been set, but at least there's Life After Air Ride. America, keep it. Another issue. Another limited edition GBSP, except this time we want no part of it. Due for release in the US in February, it has a silver bottom and a black top. It looks like a mistake. Like they made too many black tops and silver bottoms and somehow had to use them all up. But who'd be silly enough to fall for that? God darn, ain't that sweet? Drawls Hank in his Alabama accent. See? Like, oh, those silly Americans saying words sillily. Where in the UK? Gostan. I had a NES GBSP with the had like the stripes on the back on the back of the lid. What's on your Melee CD? So is this about the game? Smash Bros CD, however. A CD. Oh, so what's that? An orchestral performance of 15 of the tracks from GameCube. Right, okay, but most of the tracks from that game are renditions of tracks from other games. So to have like orchestral versions of those songs, that's not Melee related. Unless it has like... There are a few like Melee specific music. Like the main theme, the that. Yeah, I did play quite a lot of Melee. So it's telling you what they've got. Planet Cornelia. Is it called Cornelia or is it Cornelia? I don't know. Jungle Garden. So is that the that's not the DK Donkey Kong one, is it? Great Bay Shrine. I don't know how that sounds. Dr. Mario. Oh, how does that go? Is that I think it's that one. The original medley. I think that's the Fountain of Dreams is the one that sounds like You're Not Alone from Final Fantasy 9. Na 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 na. Pokemon medley. So medley. So I think the arena has the that tune. I don't know what else is with it. There's opening. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know exactly how that goes. Planet Venom, I don't know. Yoshi's Story. I don't have to top of my head. Depth of Brinstar. Again, I don't know if I unless I heard it. Great medley. So the longest track on the CD will definitely bring a smile to the face of every Super Mario fan. So just like the Mario medley, right? Fire Emblem. That one. Green Greens. I had Kirby's Dream Land, so that's how I definitely remember that one. And Rainbow Cruise, I don't know how that goes. Is it the same as... I mean, I think it might be I think the level at least is based off the Rainbow Sky level. Ah, yeah, the final track is from Super Mario 64. It's the crown and glory of the whole album. Well, I'd be interested to hear this. I wonder if it's on YouTube. So, live Nintendo. So this is some orchestration and performance of Nintendo tracks. Reports that Mr. Miyamoto jumped on stage and did a karaoke rendition of the Black Eyed Peas' Where Is the Love were unconfirmed at the time of going to press. I don't know if that's just a joke or not. It feels like it should be. Hardware. What is this thing? Game Boy Advance port? So this is like a game. So out of 5 stars, easy to use. Oh, okay. So they don't have they rank individual features. So what is it? Plug it into the GameCube's memory card slot. It's the Lazy Boys player. You can stick it into your pocket, take it to a mate's house. Oh, they're still saying like mate. You know, go to your mates and all that. Keep up with the lingo. The kid is 2004. It's 2004. I would have been 15, 16, I think. Yeah. I don't even know. Is this just for playing Game Boy games? Because it looks like that. Game Station second-hand cabinet. Hold on. It's probably the cheapest you'll get to playing to GBA games you can get outside of Game Station second-hand cabinet. If you don't care about not being able to play all GBC and GB games, this player is a good choice and saves you a tenner. Right, so I can only play Game Boy Advance ones. Yeah. So not the other ones. But I had this. Where you stuck the bottom part into it. Because I think a friend of mine had this, and so I managed to get one. And I sold it for quite a lot in like a few years ago. So you can play all the games, all the Game Boy games with that through your GameCube. Feel the bass. Yeah, sound system. The rumbling crashes of a boss fight in Zelda the Wind Waker pound at your chest. Actually, no, they don't, unless you've got a stupidly loud speaker system. If you like bass as much as we do, you need this puppy. Although, a bunch of words, numbers, letters, and such. Collector's Corner. Okay, random stuff, so Pac-Man figures and Pac-Mania for the NES. Going back to the past and learning about all these old games. Oh. £3 off any GB or GameCube game at Game. They eventually got to the point where they were selling, most of the stuff they were selling was like plushes and pop figures and all that. But they were quite, I don't know if fancy is the word, but they seemed like an upper, like, game. They definitely weren't my favourite game store. I think I preferred Game Station, but they seemed like the cleanest and the like they had the wooden, like the light brown wooden floors, and I don't know. It just seemed more like professional, I guess. Whereas Game Station was more, it was like dark, and it had all the logos had they looked like they were pen drawn and everything, and it was. I actually did prefer Game Station. I think I got more games from Game Station. But look, toys, Geist. There's Geist, Killer 7, Future 5. This month we'll wish we could play these games, but we can't. I wish I could play these games, but I can't. You can. I can't. Killer 7. By the time you read this, we'll be playing the Japanese one. So we've finally been in a position to tell you what this gorgeous looking game plays like. The UK release date is some way off though. Second half of the year at best. We have Geist. Some FPS game. Metroid Zero Mission. So is this the GBA Metroid game? Yeah, Mario Tennis. A new GameCube Zelda. Just hearing Shigsy, our old pal Shigsy, mention in our exclusive Q&A on page 28 of Mark's self-advertising there, our link-loving Hearts on Fire. It can't be anything other than awesome. Remember Majora's Mask? Play it on your Zelda Collector Disc now and remind yourself, if you remember, if you had it on the N64. And we have, like they call me Mr. Know-It-All. I will not compromise. I will not be told what to do. I shall not step aside. Huh. Mr. and Mrs. Love Match Special do. Here we have Neil Grace 32 and Rachel Shaw 24. Name the handheld released between the Game. Name the handheld released between the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. Game Boy Pocket. I had a Game Boy Pocket. That's the Game Boy Pocket. Yeah, that's the fella. Hey, did you know Japan got a backlit version? I did. I can't remember. I'm an N64 and a GameCube girl. What do you mean? Is your body constructed entirely from games consoles? Oh, right. How many different exits are there on Super Mario World on the Super NES? It's weird them saying Super NES. I don't know. I guess 96. That's how many levels there are, right? That's a lot of levels. No idea. Sorry, I've never played it. Four? What kind of crap game would that be? Could you imagine playing a game with only 4 secret exits? Like, just the concept of there being only 4 secret exits. Whoa, that's so bad. Again, just numbers. They say secret exits? Or different exits? Right. Well, I mean, what does an exit mean? You know? What was the only Nintendo console that launched without Mario? GameCube. I didn't know that. I mean, I suppose there was Mario Sunshine, but that was to come later. What Pokemon does Charmander evolve into? Charmeleon. No, they both got it wrong. They both thought of Charizard. I've only played Pokemon Snap. Then play less Snap and more Pokemon Red or Blue, young lady. Oh, what you think you're doing playing those games? You should play these different games that I just brought up at the moment. Who is E.G. Ayanuma? I don't know. He only directed The Wind Waker. Quite a minor release. Ever heard of it? Which features the Bellman family? Yep, Castlevania. What game would you find? Goma, Zelda. Yep. Yashin is the evil alter ego of which Nintendo character? Don't know. Do not know. I mean, they've got it. Oh, just look. Look at the. Okay, right. So. They start off by saying, where was it? Yeah. Play less Snap and more Pokemon Red and Blue, young lady. And then this one, it says, the logic of the female. Often questionable, but not on this occasion. They sound like... they've got like incel language going on there. Metroid 2, SNES, Game Boy. The only cause to feature Rain in Mario Party Super Circuit? I don't know. I don't think. That's right, blame Nintendo's dull screen instead of your own failings. Oh, that was a total guess, Grace. You can't take the credit for that. 6. You the man. We're not suggesting you did well. We're merely stating a biological fact. Oh. You hear that quite a lot if you're a trans person online. And you won. You had the opportunity to strike a blow in this male-dominated games world, but you blew it. Unlucky. I mean, are they making it out to be a battle of the sexes sort of deal? Which is a silly idea to begin with, but no, they just, I tell you right, cis people, they make things about gender a lot more than they think they do. Win GBSP and TG Rally. When it comes to rally car racing, the GB is sorted in. If spanking the nuts out of 4WD rally cars sounds like your thing, you need a fix of TG Rally. Let's go to the questions. Question: if a rally driver said he had a fat spoiler, what would he be referring to? A huge, rich person who buys him whatever he wants, whenever he wants. No. A lardy bloke who blabs about the end of a film before someone sees it. Or a wing shop to the car improving grip. Oh, the jokes that they come to. Attention, Pokemon fans. Oh, let's get your attention. Nintendo and GameStation are teaming up to give you the opportunity to download your own Eon ticket to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire in February. It allows you to visit the southern island to encounter Latias in Pokemon Ruby and Latios in Pokemon Sapphire. But before receiving these exclusive Eon tickets, players have to collect 5 badges in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire by defeating 5 of the gym leaders. Oh man, that was... I really thought those like special events, like, oh, you can go to this place and find this thing. I always found those just so bad in like Pokemon games. What's incoming on Nintendo? These games. Hey. Right. From the cart. What inspired you to have 2 characters per cart? Oh, look at this. Got people here. Got Miyamoto as Wario. Suzuki, Takahashi, and Sugiyama. I only know Miyamoto, that lot. We've all seen a sidecar race and thought that 2-rider racing seemed more fun than 1-rider racing. Ultimately, we decided on the tandem ride, not a sidecar, but involving more gameplayers appeared to be a good decision for fun play. Now, I'll tell you what it was. It was, we need some sort of gimmick for our new Mario game. For our new Mario Kart game. Oh, here's one. Alright then. That's what it was. The game could have been even more challenged with a 200cc class. Did you ever consider putting in? Sounds like UK people. UK people are better game players than we are. As a matter of fact, when we had just completed the development of Double Dash, we immediately received feedback that the difficulty level might be a bit too high. Yeah, why wasn't it like that with Smash with a lot of secrets? If you wanted more secrets, then we are sorry that we could not live up to your expectations. Please understand that our development team had to put more emphasis on the game's play balance in order to really realize the most enjoyable competitions with your players, rather than the number of secrets. Did you want lots of characters? Meh. What did you change in the game? This criticism mainly not to intensify the sense of speed. We have adjusted the speeds of the carts, positions of cameras, and drift behaviours. I don't remember. Well, I don't know. I wonder what people were complaining about. Is it difficult to keep it a secret? Everyone wants to slip secrets no matter what game they are working on. Let's see if there's anything that stands out. So what is the future? In the future, when online infrastructure should be far improved, allowing people around the world to play Mario Kart together comfortably and without any today's difficulties, we would like to review the ideas for an unprecedented Mario Kart game in which would be very unique to online gaming. Inspiration from the weapons. Well, that would just be things in Mario games, wouldn't it? Favourite combination of drivers, Peach and Yoshi. I use Peach's special item for the offense and Yoshi for the defense. Mario and Luigi. They are stable characters after all. Plus, I have some special attachment to them because they are the characters we had created first for doing the experience with the project. And Mizuki says Daisy and Koopa. I like Daisy because she has a good voice. I like Koopa because I like its triple shells. I used to play as the 2 Koopas, the red and the green. But I know they all had like their own unique weapons. But I don't remember what most of them were. I remember the Toads had the super speed mushroom, and I remember the Koopas had the triple shells, but I don't know if I can remember any other ones. I mean, DK had the giant banana, and Wario probably had a big bomb. We thought the novice players would find it rather difficult to evade the banana slip effect. We wanted them to be engaged in thrilling racing, even with the experienced players who would be able to use the effect. We decided to take out the feature. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, DVDs. Is Nintendo still as perceived as being for kids? Yes, by few, no, by more. There are a lot of people over 40 who live for Nintendo. A lot of the time, you see games that aren't even suitable for kids. No way, I'm not a kid. I've got a CC, a GC, a GBA, GBSP. If Nintendo was for kids, there would be no Metro Prime. This month we ask, will Soy's PSP spell the end for Game Boy Advance? Email yes or no in a brief comment section to michael.jackson@emap. Michael Jackson? Is that just the name of the person who works there? Should Nintendo bring the release of its next generation home console forward to 2004? And most people said no. Yeah, it will flop if they bring it out too soon. We've only just bought a GameCube. Yeah, so when did it come out? It was like 2006 or something? I think the 360 came out in 2005. I think it was around that time. So here we have a GameCube, which they like to talk about, if you might have noticed. What does the number 1080 stand for? The number of degrees spun in an insane snowboarding trick. The number of bones you'll break if you attempt snowboarding. The price of the game in Japanese yen. The amount of bones you'll break. It's definitely that one. How to enter? Yep. Mario Kart competition. Oh, they're the winners. Crossment animal. What? Crossment animal? Surprise used from France as the new Animal Crossing saga takes a twist. Animal Crossing, we won't give it up, will we? I especially overemphasize the sound of that because I see that written and everyone says A. I'm like, it's EH, it's not AY, it's You'll soon meet over 300 new neighbours. How old was Tony Hawk when he retired? I called him Tony Hawks then. I called him Tony Hawks like a fool. I don't know. He wasn't 94, I can guarantee you that much. 92 even. Anyway, this is the rock hard quiz. All games have a beginning. It's called a title screen. Some are good, some are bad. But if they weren't there, the code would fall out. Now name them or shame them. Number 1, don't know. Number 2, Legend of Zelda, the original one, I think. Diddy Kong Racing. I don't know, some Metroid game. Don't know. Some sport game. Konami. I don't know. Is it Pro Evolution Soccer? What is? So that number 5 here is Nintendo/Ating. I don't know what that means. Ating? Is that a company? Capcom, 1991. Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts. Is that Ghouls and Ghosts? Or Ghosts and Goblins? One of the two. Number 8 here is the original Mario Kart. This is Secret of Mana, Super Mario 3. I don't know. It looks a bit like Dragon Quest 2, but there was if there was like if it lit up and there was a door here. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. It doesn't really look like Dragon Quest 2. I was just thinking of Dragon Quest 2. Paper Mario, Pokemon Red. Irem, I don't know. I don't know number 14. Super Mario Brothers, Tetris, and some tennis game. Oh. Never played a game before. Like to check your answers. Want to cheat? The answers are on page 3. Page 3? Okay, so I'm on 26 now. So hold on. The answers are on page 3. So 1, 2, 3. This one? No? What are they calling... What are they calling page 3? These are the contents. Oh, hold on. Welcome to NOM. Page 3. Page 3. What are they calling page 3? This is page 3 here. This is the contents. So is it 3 after this? Oh, hold on. 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So on here. Answers are here. Where? Oh, here. Answers to the rock hard quiz. Aha! Right, that took a while. Took longer than it should. Cannon fodder. Zelda 2. Zelda 2 wasn't quite right. Diggy Kong Racing. F-Zero. Kuru. Okay, whatever. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Super NES. Okay. Some soccer. Super Mario Streets of Mana. Super Mario Bros. 3. Metroid. Super Mario Pokemon game. You know what? I can't even say. Anyway. Let's go back to where I was. Let's go back. Okay, next page. More questions. But first, let's have a look at, look at this. It's a montage. Mosaic. It's a mosaic. So are these all... What are these screenshots of? It's like Mario Golf. So there's a lot of Mario Golf there. And there's just Mario stood on the corners of things. I wonder how they do this. Not just like this particular one, but just in general. I wonder how they make these. There's all Mario games. And here we have all the cloudy levels. Hold on, let's zoom in on the mouth. Yeah, all the brown walls. The brown, like the, on the, is it Bomb on Mountain? The first level? Bomb on the Hills? I don't know. And there's just a picture of Mario from the side there. And you zoom out. And hey, look, it's Miyamoto. I mean, it looks very nice, apart from, it does look like there's a lot of like yellowy squares around. Dear Mr. Nintendo. Anyway, let's go back in again. Which other game designers do you admire? There is no specific person I can think of. Please do not misunderstand. I am not speaking from arrogance. In fact, there are a number of developers who have made games that I think are wonderful. For example, I love Pac-Man. Created by Mr. Iwate of Namco. So much that we created Pac-Man vs. for GameCube for ourselves, taking advantage of the connectivity between Game Boy Advance and GameCube. However, a video game is one of the entertainment commodities. As long as we are creating an entertainment commodity, the creators of them must always make an effort to entertain people with something unprecedented. Looking back at the past and admiring others with great track records will not help us come up with unique and unprecedented ideas. Now games are 3D. Yeah, they are, aren't they? It's something for the readers of this magazine can hardly dream of. I know... what do you think is the next step forward? I know my answer is not too clear, But I am not casting you a Zen middle because I am Japanese. I read. I, I realized the way that I read that came across very differently from how it's meant to come across. Like, I'm not sending you a Zen riddle because I'm Japanese, but I'm sending you a Zen riddle because I am Japanese. Right, one of the biggest jobs we game creators have is to surprise people. The success of the GameCube, we're all developing a machine that can realize a number of brand new and enjoyable ideas. But I'm sorry, I can't dwell on the details today. In 2004, the titles which make use of connectivity between GameCube and Game Boy Advance will be enriched, including Pac-Man Vs. and Zelda 4 Swords. What is the best game you played in 2003? WarioWare Inc. I also very much enjoyed playing Wind Waker myself. Were you sad to see Rare Part Company with Nintendo? Well, we have a long-time relationship, but we still talk to each other. It's like they talk about like they've divorced or something. Because the two companies continue to make something unique and original independently. While I miss the opportunity to work together as partners, since we are sharing the same posture of always challenging something new. I hope we will grow as good rivals. Dear Mr. Nintendo. We have even more. Okay, so I am a third of the way through this, and I'm nearly 1 hour in, which doesn't bode well because this one it's not especially long. But anyway, we have lots of picture Nintendo stuff. We voted Ocarina of Time. Our readers recently voted Ocarina of Time as their favourite game ever. Didn't this is Sonic 1? I thought it was Sonic the Hedgehog. The respect of video game players is always the same. Is always the energy source for we creators to make something new. Energy source for we create. The respect of gameplays is always the energy source for we creators to make something new. Okay, maybe you know better than we do when it comes to the reason why Ocarina of Time could be appreciated by so many people around the world who are having different languages, practices and customs. If there is something I can comment on from the creator side, I think it may be attributed to the feeling of the Zelda universe. I thought, let's just see if there's anything that pops out, and immediately there's, why are you hiding Mario 128 from the public? I am sorry that I have been unable to talk much about that title with Mario 128. I have been challenging many unprecedented things not found in existing video games. These new ideas are prone to lose their freshness or to be imitated once they go public, so we must be extremely careful when we discuss such things. So is Mario Sunshine out at this point? I said Mario 128, that's like just a code name for Mario 64, because that just come across as a joke to me. Designing a mobile phones must be done so the product will be shaped most effectively for making and receiving calls. What is required for mobile phones is significantly different from what is required to portable gaming. The position of the buttons. Right. Have you got any new characters and franchises? I would like to expand the Pikmin concept. What else is there? Let's have a quick gander. Would Nintendo ever consider making games purely for an adult audience, like GTA Vice City? 20 years ago, when Nintendo introduced its first games console in 1983, the NES system was called Family Computer Entertainment System in Japan. Now the young people who used to play games with NES are becoming parents. Circumstances are there for the whole family to enjoy themselves with video games, as you know. While there are a number of games for Nintendo's system solely made for adult players, we are putting a significant importance in the development of games that can be enjoyed either playing or watching others play among a group of friends or family members. I thought that it was obvious they were going to say that. They weren't going to say, oh yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Have you always been this creative, or did your imagination only develop after you started working for Nintendo? I am always feeling that I really need something more that I don't possess in fact. If I say so, someone may say that I am trying to be a perfectionist. Actually, I am quite a lazy person by nature. Right, well, every developer should try and make unique software. Oh, what's this then? Big in Japan? What's big in Japan right now? Famicom 20 anniversary blow up the Level X Famicom Museum exhibition. Look at that, the super rare first Famicom with the square joypad buttons. They were worth serious coin. Oh, is this where we get to see the first Mario? The first Mario pictures, maybe. Yeah, the keyboard. They had a keyboard for it as well, and there's Rob the Robot. So they had a keyboard, and didn't they have something else for it as well? Because I remember the controller had like a hole that you could blow into, or like it could pick up noises. I remember there was more. Anyway, look at all these consoles on the walls. Words can't describe our lust for this. Oh man, it's so hot. The hottest you ever catch a prize to come along since the famous Princess Peach designer lingerie series in 1988. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Famicom Alarm Clock. The clock comes in two flavors. Mario Bros. And Super Mario Bros. Each with its own unique theme, using the coin sounds from the Mario games. Could you only ask for a better way to start the day? Oh. My goodness, that's so hot. And there it is close up, the mighty Famicom alarm clock. Imagine being woken up by the original Mario music. Yeah, just, you're tired, you're laying in bed, right? You're absolutely exhausted and you're thinking, don't want to get up for work. Oh, and then you just hear, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba, and you'd be angry, you wouldn't enjoy that. Millions will find salvation in this droplet. Final Fantasy makes a triumphant return to Nintendo, a totally new breed of game. Yeah. Anyway. Sonic's team, Yojiro Ogawa. Fancy Star stuff. It's getting cold here in Tokyo, but that hasn't kept the schoolgirls from rushing out en masse to take on Nintendo and Namco's new musical sensation, Donkey Konga. Feel our Eurogamer pain, Japanese man. What? What are they talking about there? The Japan top 10. Those ones there. Oh, and here we have a shoot 'em up. Suicidal Super Shooter. Shikigami no Shiro 2. Oh, so this is still the big in Japan section. Right, dangerously close to a bullet to make yourself glow a potent red. Then let rip with your supercharged bad boys and vaporize everything the dead pop shots in your direction. Obliterate 30 of the dirtiest with magma rapid hot fire blast. Yeah, it will satisfy. So what will you do? Prioritize short-term survival and run like a pansy? Ugh. 2004, people. Or will you go kamikaze and blast everything with hyperfire? And then there are the special moves. Hold down the fire button to unleash a unique special power in this game. It's like a space shooter. Part of me just looks like someone just running up, like running upwards. And then we have PC Genjin. That's not right. Mashi. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Bonk. Is it Bonk? This is a story of how a little bald man who goes crazy when he eats meat crushed our dreams. PC Jensen was the forgotten third horse in the bloody Mario vs. Sonic console wars. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'm sure this was. I thought his name was Bonk or something, like Bonk's Adventure. Or maybe that's just something different. But I believe it is. And here we have Muscle Champion. Flexing game power. Is this just like a button mashing game? Oh, look at that. It's Cooper Black. There's a very standard font, Cooper Black. So, forget the Olympics. Who cares if some overweight hairy shot putter from Romania can throw over 20 metres, or if the Americans win their 67th gold medal in the diving? What we need is golf ball driving, goal scoring and ball chucking. What we need are sports that aren't for wimps to make us proud to stand on top of the podium. That's what we need. Okay, well, it's just a series of little sports games. And hey, this is a Dragon Quest slime, isn't it? Rocket slime, is it? Slime Mori Mori. Or Dragon Quest slime. Heaps of fun. In Japan, Dragon Quest is huge. Bigger than... Oh, come on, let me highlight the text. Oh, I don't get it. Bigger than even Mario. Square Enix sells push slimes. Ah, there you go. By the cartload. Any major Japanese arcade will have a crane machine filled up with the little terrors. And now the little blue guy's star power has been released in his first ever starring role. Slime Mori Mori Dragon Quest for the GBA. Tapping A makes him jump. Tapping it again flattens him out so he can ride the wind a bit. Holding down A and any of the 8 directions makes him stretch out. Let A go and he snaps in that direction. There was it might be on the DS where, I think it was a slime game where you sort of grabbed, you got like these big mechs anyway. Anyway, have you won every Melee trophy? You know what? I did have a lot of these. Remember, the more that you got, the further you were able to zoom out on the screen. Really neat idea. You could collect these. Yeah, the more you had, the further on the screen you could zoom out, and the table got bigger, and you could see more of the edges of the room. But I did get a lot of these. I wonder how much it takes to get them all. Oh, funk up your phone. Oh, was this buying ringtones and all that? Yeah. You have to buy ringtones. Fun wallpapers. Oh, those were the days. Those were the days. They've been playing these games, these people. Sonic Battle, Astro Boy. So what's this? Previews. So these are the games that are coming out that are not out yet. Anyway, let's have a look at the Rhythm King. Oh, it is hot in here. I don't like it. I'm gonna have a drink of my Oasis mixed with water. Didn't taste very nice, especially after having that mint. The mint that I use for how do I describe it? Just I'm gonna get another one. You see, like a little thing of mints here. It's to make it so, because I'm talking so much, it makes it easier. So I'm not just drinking drinks all the time. Anyway, DK's back, but it ain't no long-winded platformer. This is a rhythm game. If we zoom down here, at some point in your life you'll be subjected to the conga. Mum, Dad, Auntie June. They'll all be in there giving it some pace after one too many sherries. You'll hate it. You'll cringe as they demand you join in. Round and round they go, like one big sherry-fueled snake, crashing into tables, screaming like banshees. And just when you think it's all over, the DJ will chuck on the birdie song and your nightmare will begin all over again. What is the birdie song? Again, another thing I'm going to have to look up to remind myself. Because I do recognise that name. What is the song that goes a hey, a ha, a hey, na 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 na. I said a hey, a ha. Is that Ketchup? Is it called Ketchup, that one? I don't know. Anyway, there's DK playing the bongos. And this is the game. And here it's telling you how to do it. Also, you got to like clap over the drums. If your mum tells you to be quiet, just tap the side of the bongos. Yes, you got to make a noise. It's going to pick up a noise that's not like without the pressure from the top of it, I guess. Anyway, that means both together. That means just the right, and that means just the left. So it's coming across this way. So you got like right and left. It's like two string guitar here in a way. But why is there that double one over the one that's on just the left? Is it a case of you'll get them both if you do both of them? Oh, that's player. Oh, okay, that's player one. That's the computer. So you both got your own thing to do. So it all goes across one line. All right. The J-pop tunes will rattle around your head until 2 a.m. Well, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Oh, what did that say? Put dumb animals on the TV and make them entertain you, just like on Pop Idol. Yeah, again there with the British references. Just to let you know, this is the UK one. And look, here's another one of those tile games. Like I think that's like a rhythm game. Hold on. Namco have always been famed for their mad party games. Remember Point Blank, anyone? I remember Point Blank. I really like Point Blank. For Donkey Kong game, Namco made a drum game for the arcade called Taiko no Tatsujin, aka Master of the Drum, complete with massive drums and huge sticks. 5 of these beasts were made. 5? 5 different types. Okay. I thought they meant like there were 5 units. Eventually made their way onto PS2. Alright then. So I don't know, I don't understand this. Like this screen here, they're just everywhere. They're not like travelling across a line or anything. Unlike this one where they are. Strange image there. Oh, they're meant to be like drums. That's what those faces are meant to be. Okay. Strange, but alright then. Alright then. And here we have Pikachu, and we have some cute little animals here. There are 30 tracks to drum along to. Some of them you'll know, others will make you wonder just how crazy the Japanese TV shows are. The final track list is to be decided for UK gamers, but on the Japanese version you can bang along to themes from Hamtaro, Pokemon and Doraemon. If classics take your fancy, then Mozart and Brahms will have been included. And for anyone who remembers that Nike ad, Kickabout in the airport, the Latin track Masquerada is also in there. Again, I don't know those. Trust me, I've played it. This bit is on the side. When can we expect those extra track discs? When? Whoa, hold on there. This hasn't even been released in the UK yet, and Donkey Konga isn't down for a launch in the first half of the year. though that's subject to change, of course. As for the extra tunes and content, according to Japanese magazine Nintendo Dream, they are in the works, and a Far Eastern release date has been confirmed for the spring. That means we'll get it in about 2015, if ever. Oh, and that's in the distant future, 2015. What was Nintendo doing in 2015? Was the Wii U doing its thing at that time? Oh, James Bond. The camera may have moved, but Bond still has all the right moves. His taste in women isn't bad either. The myopic guard couldn't read James's watch. Thankfully, the gameplay is solid. Not spectacular, as this is still only a preview version of the game, but everything looks like it's shaping up to be a thoroughly enjoyable experience. So, yep, James Bond. Predicted score? What? Oh, NOM UK predicts 75% plus. So here it references in last year's Nightfire. I think Fran talked about that once. I think he said about James Bond Nightfire how he played a game where there was a high, like a multiplayer game where there was a high threshold where you had to get so many points or whatever, and it was really high, and then the game crashed. EA has done well to alter the style of the action without harming the gameplay in any way, and bringing in the Need for Speed team to overhaul the driving sections is a welcome step. Is it stealthy? More than it was in the past. I'm not. Look at this. He tried to highlight this text here. It sort of recognises that it is text, but doesn't really understand it. Wonder Boy. He might look like a child, but Astro Boy's hard as nails. Who's this guy with the big nose? Anyway, so is this GBA? It looks like GBA. Nice little user interface here. It looks nice. Timer there. Sega's 2D Marvel blast into sables from polygons. Ah. So you know, Asteroid Boy is a blast from the past, a pure time when people quoted bits at each other, like they knew what they were talking about. Like they knew what they were talking about. It's half side-scrolling action game and half shooter. We'll deal with the first half first. So this is like. So it's got like Mega Man kind of feel, I guess. Because it looks like that. Confused, the word you're looking for is Bzak. Yeah, that makes sense. Big green dude, smash them up. They like it. And they predict it's going to get an 85 plus. Right. Much harder to hit. I'd put that in there. You know, if I'd start like I do look at these bits, I just try and pick out a random sentence, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do it and it's like I don't know the context. Because the boy can fly, they've thrown in some side-scrolling shoot-'em-up action as well. Some of the stages are straight left to right flying affairs. You take down waves of enemies with your fierce laser, dodging the incoming fire that fills the screen like confetti at a wedding. Right, so you've got some. But can you fly like during the main platform levels? Or is that just like a separate mode altogether? I don't know, snake bites. Okay, so here it is. Metal Gear Solid with Twin Snakes. So I don't remember there ever being a Metal Gear game on the GameCube. Not that I was looking out for it or anything, but just the idea just seems off. Doesn't seem right. This is special. We always thought it would. We always thought it would be, but here, holding the near finished version of Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes in our hands, we finally have confirmation. This is very special. And if you're thinking that we all were getting was a PS1 game with a facelift, then it's time to think again. It's as good as brand new. So, is this sort of like a redo of the first game? Is that what they're saying here? Snake didn't have a face, just a few polygons masquerading as a head. Oh, they do like to do this, don't they? Like, oh, look at these old graphics, they were terrible. Now we have realistic graphics, but that's always the case, regardless of what the era actually is. The most practical application for this is when you're firing a weapon. I don't even know. You look through the world through Snake's eyes, so it's like extra like vision. A woman? You've been in the army that long, eh, Snakey? Ha 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 ha. So I don't actually know what this is then. I mean, I know it's Metal Gear Solid, but is it actually Metal Gear Solid? They just said Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Seeing the whites of your enemy's eyes before you can give them a third nostril is far more satisfying than simply filling their dumb bodies with hot lead. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if I try to imagine a box art with like a Metal Gear Solid game with the GameCube logo, it doesn't register in my mind. Like, that doesn't seem right. I mean, it's not going to be... I mean, judging by this, it is definitely GameCube because it's Nintendo, and it's definitely not GBA, and the DS wasn't out yet. So that's what it is. A metal gantry and guard standing beneath you will pick up the clink-clank of your boots and come to find you. What's more, if you're quick enough to kill the enemy, then you better have a good place to hide the body, as any sniffs left lying around will be discovered by the rest of the patrol and your presence will be detected. They're like, huh? What was that? The Christmas party game Pictionary goes all wrong. How does that relate to this image here? I don't understand. I know it's a joke, but I don't get it. I don't get it. So there's Psycho Mantis, who I know is in the first game. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, what is this? This looks interesting. Baiting Katos. Okay then. Eek, that medieval Cat Slater. Cat Slater is giving us the eye. Cat Slater. Who's Cat Slater? A hush fell over the Tokyo crowd. They assembled there in Yazibu Gardens Hall. Not only journalists like us, but lucky members of the Japanese public who'd won tickets to witness the unveiling of Monolith Soft Baiting Katos. How's this for a dream team of RPG luminaries? Chrono Cross director and writer Masato Kato would be providing the story. And we've also got Tales of Symphonia, Shining Force, Golden Song workers. So this is a game that a friend of mine had that I've never played, where you have battles and you use cards in the battles, but I never played it, so I don't know how it works, but I just remember you get like all these cards will come across that have all like these, like they have like numbers like in the Roman numeral numbers, and they have like the numbers in the like no different numbers in the corners. Although the one I remember looks a bit different to this. So this might be like an early build, maybe they changed it a bit, I remember it looking a bit more fancier than this. You absorb the item's magnet essence, which is transferred to a blank Magnus. Then use the C-stick to access it. There are only a few blanks, of course, so you have to make hard choices. Everything else in Baton is pretty traditional stuff. The major differences are, although experience points are still gained in battles, leveling up is done in a church. Oh, yeah, I remember that. So you gained experience and you had to go somewhere for them to... what's the word? Not accumulate, like cash them in. So that's interesting. This boy/girl sure looks good / bad in his/her clothes. Crazy. Right. Again, this is 2004, and these are the attitudes the people had. Not just by the numbers, RPG Bait and Curse contains some surprisingly tasty twists on the standard turn-based gameplay, not to mention remarkably pretty graphics and music, and I predict an 80+. Oh, and here's more. Don't recognise this one. Goblin de Guk. Don't recognise that at all. The title as rubbish as that. This is either rampant tripe or pure genius. Thankfully, the second option looks more likely. Yeah, I've never heard of this before. What is this? So you've got like a map here. Is it like a kind of RTS-ish? You like make like little minions. Controlling your army couldn't be simpler. Clans are automatically grouped, and to switch between them or tell them to advance, hold down the shoulder button and press the corresponding direction on the D-pad. Select more than one group or issue more orders, just press extra directions. You can mark patrol routes on the map. Yeah, so it definitely does look like that. And these ones have like flame hammers. I don't think we can cancel any more Toto, so... Helping you get more close up and personal with your troops is the ability to zap yourself into the bloated bodies of individual goblins. When possessed, you can heal up by making them nosh on enemies or activate their most powerful attacks. You can even scout around the map and as a rogue soldier while your brothers in arms carry out their orders. So, are you actually like a character in this game? Can you move around as an individual character? I don't know. Made it sound like it. Anyway, they're going to predict that this game is a 70+. Do I need to have played RTS games before to know what's going on? Not at all. In fact, Goblin Commander is designed with you in mind. Its simplicity of play and fewer units to control don't make this especially easier than the other RTS games, but it does shift the focus a bit so to make it more suitable for a console. If you've never played a strategy game before, this will probably be a fantastic place to start. This is it's just quite hard to read sideways. It's not possible. Like, I can read upside down pretty easily, but trying to read sideways like that is quite annoying. Anyway, we've got some more games here. Air Force. Like a joke on Air Force. We've got like a racing game here. Sort of like a Micro Machines type thing where you're racing around the track from the top. It's by HAL. Oh, they're going to predict a 70%+. The more we play this, the more we appreciate the simplicity. It's a completely different vibe to the other big name GameCube races, and HAL have really packed it with unlockables like they did with Super Smash Bros. Melee. Well, that's good to know, isn't it? It's weird how the 4 colours that they've chosen for the 4 characters, one of them is red and another one is pink. Of yellow, blue, red and pink, rather than green. Okay, one weird gripe I have with Smash Bros. And people think this is weird, but in my mind, player 3 should be green, and player 4 should be yellow. That's just how it makes sense in my mind. Having player 3 green and player 4 yellow just feels weird to me. Anyway, Knuckles' house. The Hedgehogs of War. Remember those excellent Sonic platformers of games days gone by? Well, this is nothing like that at all. What is this? Sonic Battle feels too much like the Battle Network games. Oh, it kind of looks like the bad game font, but not quite. Hey, Mary, we can go at it. I don't know, Sonic. I've never seen this before. This looks weird. They predict 80%+. It's always plus, isn't it? It's never like minus. or a range. Hold on, Sonic Battle is another departure for the Blue Flash. There it is again, for the Blue Flash. It's a fighting RPG. Whilst wandering around his hometown, Sonic happens across a robot that's battered and scratched. Unable to communicate, Sonic takes the bot to his friend Tails, who discovers that the machine once belonged to Dr. Eggman. I mean, who else would it belong to? And that it runs on Chaos Emerald. The robot is a highly evolved kit capable of learning fighting moves from an opponent and then developing its own moves from what it has learned. A bit like Mega Man. But Sonic's not the only one interested in the machine, which they christen Emerl, Shadow, and Rouge are both on its tail, and they are quite prepared to tear Sonic a new one if he gets in the way. Oh no, not tearing Sonic a new one. I've never heard of this game before. Well, it's great that Sonic Team are willing to try something new. Sonic Battle feels too much like the Battle Network games, and that's not good enough. Hopefully by the time it's released, there'll be more to shout about. I don't remember this game at all. Like, I remember was it Sonic Chronicles or whatever that came out, but this one, I don't remember it at all. Oh, see directions? Yeah, I should have known Ocarina of Time because of the buttons for the play in the Ocarina. Oh, the Black Mage is live. Anyway, celebrate our fantastic cover gift. Nom UK gets jiggy with game music. The Super Smash Melee concert captured for posterity. On the very disc you got free with this month's Nom UK may well be the first video game music CD you've ever owned. But concerts like this and CDs like yours are commonplace in the video game culture of Japan. Yeah, we can get OSTs. Recording straight from the games, but on a range music performance with synthesizers or increasingly live instrumentation. Right. Well, Mario and Zelda Big Band Live in 2003. And then we have the Black Mages Live in 2003. Got into music because he wanted to be like Elton John. Well, Nobu done Reg one better, packing Tokyo concert halls 2 nights in a row with the Black Mages, a rock band featuring square musicians rocking out to Final Fantasy numbers like Dancing Mad, Kefka's boss music from Final Fantasy 6, and an incredible version of the fan favourite Battle with Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy 5. Yeah, if you ask me, the Black Mages music is just a straight up downgrade. And here we have some others. So what is this one? This is one they rate 5 for quality and 5 for rarity, which is a strange thing to rate it on. Another Mario one, another Mario one. Okay. Oh, and there's even more. Celtic Moon. I know that one. I've listened to that one before. Symphonic Suite Final Fantasy. I don't know that one. So that's from 1988, so that would be Final Fantasy 1 and 2. I think Final Fantasy... Nobuo Matsu's 8-bit scores were far ahead of their time, and Square saw fit to fully recognise their greatness with a live orchestral concert of music from the first 2 Final Fantasy games. The disc is full of profoundly moving string renditions of the best tunes from both games, culminating in a high-powered choral version of the Rebel Army theme from Final Fantasy 2. Aha! And what is this one? Famicom music. We have an arranged Ocarina of Time. Yeah. So these, a lot of these are like not originals, but renditions. So Celtic Moon, for example, but only one features authentic Irish arrangements from accomplished players like Marie Breithnach, I don't know how you pronounce that, and Sharon Shannon, Chris's personal fave. I really like some of the way that music is done on Celtic Moon. I especially like Triune Beauty. The music, it's got the same sort of feel as one of the tracks from Braid. Obviously that this is way before Braid. I forget which one it's called. Mayhem or something from Braid. I forget. Game Boy music. A little harder to come by than Mario 3, the Mario 3 disc, but more fun to listen to. The only synthesized versions of Super Mario Land and GB Tetris among others. So that's just genuinely like straight up riff, is it? Dragon Quest? Hyrule Symphony? So what does rarity... I'm presuming rarity high means it is rare, and rarity low means it's easy to get. That would have been my presumption. Thanks to the magical resource that is the worldwide interweb. The interweb. The mysteries of the Orient now lie at your fingertips. Two of our favourite Japanese retailers and both experienced with international orders are these sites. Oh. No one gets you closer. One step closer to the edge. No matter what you say to me. All the Nintendo news, hundreds of reviews, chat to other Nintendo fans. What is this? What is this advertising? NintendoMagazine.com. The website. Look at all these Nintendo games. Whoa, you got Mario, Luigi, Sonic. That dinosaur, that dude. Bomberman, DK, Mickey Mouse. The giant yellow thing. Pikmin. Football players. Snowboarders. Can you believe it? And here we have Sonic Heroes. Oh, Tested. Tested, whoa. So these are the games that they've tried out. And it's strange, isn't it, how they've got all these like different features. Like different features for different things that are fundamentally just them being like, we talk about this game. Oh wait, Sonic Heroes, the speed scale, it's above concordance, slightly below light. So I had Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on the GameCube. And I never got Sonic Heroes. My brother did, but I saw Sonic Heroes and my main thought was, wow, this game looks so awful. It looks like it was just shoved together so tackily. Tackily? Like it looks so tackily. Looks so tacky. Oh, there's some naughty language. Oh. Mr. and Mrs. the Echidna must be mortified if they were also to find that dog-eared copy of Play Echidna under his match. Jeez, the jokes they come up with. The jokes. Hey Sonic! It's brilliant fun, but it's still flawed. That's the bottom line. It looks absolutely fantastic for a start, with rich textures underfoot in twisty paths. It doesn't look rich textures, like what are you talking about? The game looks awful. It's presumably as illegal to make hedgehogs flight as it is pit bulls and cocks. Racing them though is completely fine. Go figure that one out. That's how Sonic Heroes introduces a bit of competition into the proceedings. The screen is split down the middle, and the levels that were so eye-watering thunderously quick in the single-player game are suddenly a bit jerky. Thanks, Sega. Don't bother next time. Yeah, it always comes across. Sonic Heroes to me, I just thought, it just looks awful. Looks like a cheap knockoff. You're battling the flippers and steering Sonic to try to escape each table. There are fruit machines Fruit Machine style mini games. You trigger by flipping Sonic onto them, and the punishment for dropping off the table is instant death. It's amazingly good for. Oh, okay. So they were just talking about, like, I read that as if they were saying, like, this is how bad the game is, and then they say it's amazingly good fun. Oh, okay. Well, that contradicts what how it came across to me. We'll talk about the casino level there, obviously. Anyway, they rated 80%. Lifespan 30 hours. Anyway, let's have a look at Knuckles' Knuckles. As you can see, they've got spikes on. And that's where he got his name. And did you know? Early on, there's a circular room filling with lava, and you've got to jump the heroes up and around the outside walls. One misjump means a deadly lava bath. Fair enough. Until you have to also make precision jumps and kill robots to open the ceiling, so you aren't sealed inside a fiery tomb. Yeah, because they were divided into teams. Anyway, I just saw this. Okay, Memorable Bit is the stupidest plot device ever. Sonic got a whole lot of crap to deal with in his life. Enough for any one hedgehog, surely. Forget massive robots wanting to tear him a new asshole. Really, in official Nintendo magazine, 2004 UK, you're going to include that sort of language? Now there's some freaky girl on his case that's insisting they get married. Sonic's only 15, Amy's just 12. For some reason, Sonic doesn't say to Amy, hello, it's illegal for us to get married, plus you're mental. I repeat, it's 2004. This kind of language was used very liberally. Please go away now. Luckily, you get to mess with the Bunny Boiling Broad in a boss fight. Look, the Bunny Boiling Broad. Like, I can't say Amy for a second time. Strange, obsessive, and dangerous. Anyway, there's Big Amy and Cream, I think. Vector, Charmy, and Espio. Yeah, so the characters, they were divided into teams of 3. So like here you've got Gamma, Shadow and Rouge, but each team had one character that could fly, one that could glide, and one that was something else, whatever Sonic's speed, I think it was. So yeah. Okay. The Mega Drive kids thought Mario was rubbish. I never thought that. I mean, the thing is, like, if you're... I'll tell you what. I'm going to open up the blinds because it is getting dark in here now. See, I'm doing this for so long. The sun, like, sets as I'm doing it. 1 second. I've got a lovely little sunset going on here. Sunset as in the walls. The walls are looking a bit orange where the sun's shining. Won't be long till the sun's down. Anyway. Yeah, so as I was saying, people who really got involved in the whole, like, oh, the console I have is better than the console you have, they would have been like, oh yeah, Sonic's better than Mario, Mario's rubbish. But in my mind, it was just a case of, it's all good, it's all games, it's all good. Sonic is the one I saw, Sonic was the one I got, I like that. But Mario, it was just like, oh wow, more games that I don't have. It was as simple as that, really. They were wrong, of course, because Super Mario World showed Sonic up for the one-trick pony it was. But it does passion. What do you mean the one-trick pony? I don't get it. I mean, Mario Okay, it's gonna sound like I'm going completely back on my word here, but Mario's main thing was running and jumping. I mean, isn't that like Sonic's thing? Running and jumping? You start to take this cheeky blue interloper to heart. This cheeky blue interloper. Can't say Sonic a second time. Maybe this is the closest the Sonic's Speed Rush gameplay is ever going to come to working in 3D. I would say there are games that it worked better. At least from my experience, it's clearly a descent of the 16-bit games from the second you switch it on. But the genius of Mario 64 was that it wasn't trying to be Super Mario World in 3D. This is a trick the Hedgehog has yet to get wise to. If he'll insist on thundering around loops at hundreds of miles an hour. Again, Sonic isn't just always fast. It's a platform game. The camera's never going to catch up with him, is it? But hey, he's keeping it real. He's doing what he does. Oh. They referenced him by name. They said Sonic there. Sonic's only 15 and I'm sick of him. The runt was at one game critter at best, but we're still here in 2004 going, wow, can't you still run fast? They have still to wait a couple more years for Sonic 06 to come out. And here we have the next game on the list. Gotcha Force. What is this? What is this? Ignore the dull landscapes. Dull landscapes look alright to me. A bit orangey, but look fine. And concentrate on mashing stuff up. So it's got very much like a Mega Man style feel to it. Giving is always better than receiving, especially when it involves laser death rays. A new bug was the only thing that could cheer up the kid with 3 eyebrows. 3 eyebrows? 3. Oh. I mean 3 pairs of eyebrows. Okay, I see what you mean there. Boom. So what is this? Is this like a edit? So is this like a stage select thing? Is this like some sort of customization thing? I don't know. Magazines won't have sound, so we'll have to improvise. Bizarre. Like a schizophrenic werewolf math genius trapped inside the body of a 4-year-old, Gotcha Force has a lot more beneath the surface than its innocent exterior suggests. It seems simple at first. It's your job to roam your hometown fighting battles with your ever-expanding collection of miniature robots called Gotcha Borgs. Battles take place in restricted square arenas with the simple obstacles to use for cover auto-launch attacks from your first 10 or so battles. Suggest that there are no complex winning strategies. Simply destroy the enemy Borgs before they cane you. So they said in square arenas. So I'm guessing I was right that this is kind of the map. And I'm going to turn the light on. 1 second. The sun has set already. Right. Yeah, oh, hold on. We wouldn't do that. Right. Capcom, which, that matches what I was saying before. Right, looking very Mega Man-esque. Mega Man-esque. I was trying to say Mega Man-esque then, but I said Mega Man X. And I was thinking that's an actual thing. No, I mean Mega Man-esque. Feel the power of what? They're only tiny? Oh, who cares? Way. Look, stat screen. No ammo. Look at all these explosions. 20 hours. It only lasts if you like collecting or have friends with copies of the game. You'll love if you like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, basically anything bonkers Japanese and collectible. No, if you like your games to look grown up visually, this is Kidsville. Yes, if You're mad on robots and love unlocking new characters and upgrades to play with. So my verdict from what I've seen of this is that this looks pretty neat. Just from what I've seen, it looks pretty neat. Rogue Ops. What is this now? Oh. Imagine you work for a TV company and your boss wants a brand new soap opera, something that'll be bigger than EastEnders. Again, with EastEnders, do they just like EastEnders? I mean, why not Coronation Street? Although I just saw their Hollyoaks. It's your job to come up with the goods, but it'll take some time to invent something totally new, and you've only got 5 minutes, or you're sacked. That's when you invent Hollyoaks. That's when you invent Hollyoaks? When all the lowest common denominators and cheapest freshy ideas come rushing to the surface in a tsunami of dire TV. Actually, we don't mind Hollyoaks, but we only watch it with the sound turned down. So what's this got to do with EastEnders and Hollyoaks then? It looks like a shooter. Is there like melodrama in it or something? Despite looking so lithe, I don't know what that word is, Nikki can be a beast to control until you master the clumsy controls. And why can't you jump over boxes and up to 3-foot ledges? Still, there's no denying she'll be popular in bedrooms. Ugh. This is the stuff I expect from PlayStation Magazine. Shame on you, Nintendo. This is PlayStation talk. I guess... Hold on. Oh, stupid wheel thing. Hold on. The wheel on my chair is annoying. So, I guess they did have a bit early on where they were saying about how Nintendo isn't just a kids thing anymore. And maybe that's what they're talking about. Splinter Cell and Metal Gear never sold as many copies as Tomb Raider, but they're better games. Why? Piano 3 sold a hell of a lot more than it should have. What's the answer? Well, if you're sitting on it. Okay, we all know that sex sells, but clearly the art of modelling ladies' bottoms in polygons is a fast approaching its creative zenith. Yes, okay. Okay. Dupe. Hold on. Right. This looks interesting. What is this one? Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor Infiltrator. Is this a GBA game then? Immediately feels right. The Nazis amble into view and you let fly with the machine gun. I mean, I can see, yeah, this looks like a Medal of Honor on the Game Boy Advance, what it would look like, but it's despite that, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, oh, I like the graphical style of this, which is not what I would usually get from a Medal of Honor style game. As a soldier, you've often got to go through hell before you get your reward. Getting covered in a mate's entrails when he steps on a mine, then getting a medal, being tortured with boiling water for 4 weeks, then getting rescued and sent home to a parade, and worst of all, having to play Medal of Honor's Rising Sun before they let you loose on Infiltrator. I guess I don't like it then. I guess I don't like it. What is their score? Oh, 80%? Unbelievable. Oh, never mind then. The biggest flaw, though, is the length of this. It's usually considered a good thing when wars end quickly, but not in this case. Provided you can smash through the brick wall of difficulty that appears in the final stages, you'll crack it in a weekend. I mean, given what we know today about these like first-person shooters and all that, that sounds normal. Verdict that it's not a 3D tragedy is cause to celebrate, and this classic formula still provides buckets of fun. Definitive editions of 2D standards should be what GBA is all about. That and blown up little guys up. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Medal of Honor, I would just think, oh, whatever. But then I'm looking at these screenshots and I'm like, just like a quick glance, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, and here we have, some Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes back in action. This did not fall out of an Xmas cracker, honest. 71%. Surprising. Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck starring a new platform game. Are you having a giraffe, mate? Yeah, of course. I'll flip and review that. Thanks, guys. Thanks a flipping lot. Oh, what the flip. Platformers are platformers. You should know the score. Some are good, some aren't. This is a good one. We were expecting broken graphics, dodgy physics, and crap design. Instead, we've got a simple but well-made world with a nice level of colour and detail, characters that are easy to control even when leaping on small platforms. That's nice to hear. It only takes up 2 blocks as well on the memory card. See, it's good that, I mean, that is something that is like useful information. Like how many blocks on the memory card does it take up? Because I think the GameCube was divided into like 58 blocks or something, whereas the PS1 was divided into 15. The PS1 was divided into 15. So if you had a PS1 game that took up 3 blocks, that was significant, and you had some that like took up all 15. It's nice when you get a nice surprise. It isn't in the same league as Rayman or Mario, obviously, but the easy to navigate levels and solid controls make for some simple platforming goodness. Worst bit, the voices. Mark, terrible impressions, could do Daffy better. The characters' individual abilities bring depth into the gameplay. That's the best bit. The best bit of the game is the characters. Okay. This looks somber. What is this? The same as Busting Out. Oh, okay. So this must be a GBA game. See, I what I was thinking. I thought this would be like a sort of like an interactive story sort of deal, sort of like a Shenmue type thing. Where we played it, standing in the kitchen in a puddle of pee. No one knows where it came from. Right. Gripped by fear, neither Lady Sim nor Fat Sim knew where to hide when Inspector Gadget arrived. Oh no, funny jokes. Take control of our Sim, choose their gender, their clothes, star sign, and a few personality traits. But if you've played The Sims before, you'll instantly notice the big difference here. The point and click system is out. Direct control is in. Oh, direct control. So basically you're moving a Sim around. This means there's no more frustration when your Sim chooses to ignore your frantic clicks on the toilet and takes a leak on the kitchen floor. But that's what gives the Sims character, making them seem like actual people with actual thoughts. Direct control eliminates that illusion. Well then. $15 plus. Okay, so is 15 hours like the highest that their scale goes? I do not know. NFL Street. Okay, let's have a look at this bit here. NFL Street is filled with trash talk. It never stops. Luckily, a lot of the little phrases are quite funny, and it adds a sense of realism to the game, with a jolt of much-needed comedy. Current office phrases include "You're like school on a Saturday, no class," or after the quarterback gets sacked for a big loss, "Hey, why don't you make yourself useful? Go fetch some water or something." If you're into movies like The Water Boy or The Program, then you'll definitely appreciate this. I find that this font is interesting because look at the cues. Look at the way the cues are written. But yeah, I do not care. Oh, come on. I do not care about sports stuff, so Let's... did I skip one page there? I did. Okay, and let's get to SpongeBob. And oh, there's poison. What does that do? Oh, what's this? Smaller reviews for your eyes to savour. Okay, so I've got Jimmy Neutron. They don't like that. So the smaller reviews are basically for games that they don't like as much by the looks of it. Painful. And then I have Terminator 3, awkward. Then SpongeBob Battle of a Bikini Bottom, ordinary. That game got re-released, didn't it? Battle of a Bikini Bottom. Oh, what's this game? Hot Wheels World Race. Outdated. Outdated how? It looks just like a racing game. Well, I should read it, shouldn't I? It was developed in an alternative universe where the presence of F-Zero GX hadn't been detected, and XGRA is the best-selling cure for a hacking cough. This apes both GameCube's latest feature integrators, but stalls on the starting grid. Okay. As with Jimmy Neutron, Hot Wheels World Race is released at a budget price, but still, that's no reason to add it to your collection. You can get XGRA. What's XGRA? I don't know. For the same price, same number of coins, and the last year's XG3 is still preferable to this. Anyway, Mission Impossible on the Game Boy Advance. It's confusing. And SSX3 is too slow. You're too slow. Game save, can't save. No matter how hard I try, and you better believe it, how many times you sit stoking it and wishing to the heavens that it would be. Your GPA is not a GameCube. Yeah. I had a few instances where, like, when I was younger, I saw like a game, and then I assumed, and then I saw like the versions of like the older systems or portable systems were available, and in my mind I was just like, oh yeah, that'll be just like the game on the more advanced one that I saw somehow. No, like this. What's your vid on F-Zero GX? It's the best GameCube racer under 100% improvement over F-Zero X. I would only improve it by making... I'm going to sneeze. I am sorry about that. I thought I'd be able to finish up before the sneeze started, but no. I wasn't able to. The story mode is far too tough and too short. Next time it needs to be about 30 smaller missions, each slowly progressing in difficulty, says the Atom Smasher from Oxted. Mario Party 4, this game is actually really boring unless you're playing with some mates. The single player mode should have a storyline to keep my eyelids from dropping. I agree, because I borrowed Mario Party 4 from a friend from school, and he was borrowing Crystal Chronicles from me, because this was soon after I got my GameCube. And I thought, surely there should be, like, some single player campaign of sorts. Because I wouldn't have said campaign at the time, but that's what I meant. Mario Kart Double Dash. These are what people think about them. You can't dodge red shells anymore, and the blue shell is just plain mean. Multiplayer isn't as great as the N64. At least the arenas had enough space to hide around corners. It just seems to be an updated version of the series with 2 players and a kart, which personally I reckon is lame. Oh. And they're only 16 tracks. The tracks are too short and get boring quickly. Oh, they don't. Yeah, these people don't like him. The battle arenas are way too small. I like the big ones from Mario Kart 64. It's a great game, but not hard enough. I completed all the races within 3 days. Beating the staff ghosts is the only hard part. Maybe if there were more cups or hard difficulty settings, it'd be more of a challenge. What about 200cc? They mentioned that earlier. I don't want to kiss your butts, Num UK guys, but the GameCube and Cookie Land battle arenas ain't that good. There should be more arenas like Pipe Plaza and the Super Mario Bros. Ones. I mean, I thought the game was fine. Oh, Mario and Luigi. So, Mario and Luigi Sega Superstar came into my life like a breath of fresh air. It's stupendously good, brilliant storyline, classic characters, and enough cheeky nods towards the past Nintendo successes to what make Mario's cap fall off. What a game. This is what my GBA has been waiting for. From Paul Southern, London. Right. And Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. I finished Pokemon Ruby a couple months ago. Ha, I bet I did it before you did. But a little disappointed that they cut out the night parts. I still think it was massive and the best GBA game I've got. I bought it, but it needed to be longer. What's this? Banjo-Kazooie, Grunty's Revenge. So this is going like back before, isn't it? This is like on the N64. I thought Banjo-Kazooie was was it on the Game Boy Advance? It was a fun game. Until it ended and I felt cheated that it was too short. It did remind me of the classics on N64, but that seems a little wasted opportunity. This game could have been great. So I think I might be like a Game Boy Advance game. And alright then. Let's move on. And oh, is this Lord of the Rings? Jeez. Look at the faces. Get medieval on the hardest bosses that Middle Earth has thrown at you. It'll be the same. It'll be game set and matched to Frodo and company before you know it. Let's just take a look at some of these images. There was a turn-based game of Lord of the Rings, wasn't there? Around this time. What's that number mean? Is that like number like their health, so the number in the hundreds of thousands or something? Oh. Come on now. It's best to use either Aragorn or Gandalf for this level, but it's fairly simple. When the boss crouches, it means he is about to perform an unblockable attack. Don't give him a chance. Lay it into him using Orc Hewer. So this is like a guide, I take it. This is how you do this. Yeah. So this is how you beat this level, this is how you beat that level. Yeah. Rule Bob-omb Blast Mode. Bob-omb Blast Mode is the best mode in Double Dash. And with these tips you can humiliate your mates every time. You can tell it's a UK magazine because they say mates all the time. Like, oh, my mates. Whereas if it was in America, they'd say like your buds or your, I don't know what else it would be. Oh, the 3D stick. The 3D stick. Hold the 3D stick forward when throwing a bomb and you'll hurl it much faster than normal. With precision aiming, you'll also be able to hit targets in the distance. Use this method to keep your distance from opponents. Drive-by ambush. The Nippy Nippers. It's much better to use the smaller nimble cars as they're easy to control with a quicker response. They can get you out of trouble and are small targets. If you still want speed, use the barrel train. It's light and quick. So in the battle mode, is it just are there characters that are just flat out better to use? I imagine. Oh, is this? Oh, of course, yeah, Double Dash. I was looking at this. I was thinking, oh, is this on the? Is this the DS game? But no, this is before the DS. Enter, exit, enter, exit. Yeah, weird pipe system. Some advice of how to play effectively on each level. And here we have beautiful Joel. So what masterclass? So that's what this section is called. So this is just like tips and advice. So for example here, another cunning ploy to use when rocking on is to get your initial target lock on against the very weakest enemy on the screen. This way you'll easily be able to take them out and move on to the tougher foes, who will also have a targeting reticle. Yeah, so this is just like a lot of advice. So Viewtiful Joe, I've seen a bit of Viewtiful Joe, but I don't really know anything about it. I think it's like it's like a film set, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, they've got like if you look at the like the UI here, they've got like film reels and all that. And over here we've got Mario Advance 4, which is basically, is it Mario World or Super Mario 3? I think it's Mario World on the Game Boy Advance. Oh, one of the others. I think it's Super Mario 3. It looks a bit more like 3 than World, I think. Don't touch the floor and you'll keep earning lives. The trick works anyway. You can bounce on multiple enemies without touching the floor. Oh, 56 up. And here we have... what is this? Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't look like Yu-Gi-Oh! From what I'm familiar with. I'm not really familiar with the card game and stuff, but when I've seen it, I know how it looks. Like, I know that, like, you've got like a 2x5 grid and your opponent has a 2x5 grid. And I'm just thinking this looks different. So I'm wondering if this is like how you get into the battles. And that's the Medal of Honor game that we were looking at before. And official cheats. Ooh. Naughty, naughty. Everything Unleashed. So by now look at what we've already unlocked. It'll take a while, but with the Ultra Mario skill set we know. Hold on. So this is just telling you how to unlock things. It's like, oh well, if you want to unlock Luigi's green fire cart, the way you do it is you get golden mushroom cup 50cc. Like, oh right, okay then. That's just an unlock. And here we have True Crime. So this is legitimately passwords. Hey, look. And once again, it looks like the guy on the cover for the original Ranted album. Just a guy with a gun pointing at the screen. Well, the screen pointing at the viewer, I guess. You, the person, the real life person witnessing I don't know, the camera. At the camera, there you are. Now quit the title screen, load your game and select Dog Patrol. On the top left of the mission select screen, Snoop's yours, faux shizzle man izzle. Yeah. New ways to play. So, at the end of the usual high-speed near-death racing, the post-result screen tells you the highest speed you reach during the race. Have you ever wondered how fast the ships can be pushed? That's what this is all about. Take turns with a mate. Yeah, there you are, with a mate. Not a friend, a mate. Not a bud, but a mate. To see who can get the highest top speed in time attack mode. This is even more fun if you have your own custom-built ships to burn around in. And, oh, is that Wind Waker? The Great Challenge. So this is where people are completing their own like little challenges. So, Dave Hall here scored 34 letters. The date is just like any other. It was cold, it was dark, it may have been raining. Little did we know that somewhere speeding towards the glittering spires of Nom UK was the news that we'd been waiting for ever since the unholy triumvirate of Dean Hailstone, John Zeep Vat, and the Dark Lord himself, Dave Every, smashed the letter sorting challenge in issue 133. It had been done. The record had fallen on 2 counts. So, this is basically like, look at these random things we've accomplished in games. So there's a score for like a track in TG Rally, and this is Pokemon Pinball, a score. Yeah. Wasn't he at the beginning? Hold on. Page 98. Let's have a look. I believe he was right at the start of this magazine. Yeah, that's him. Oh, and I just happened to click on the exact right page. How wonderful. And so here we have some more. Super Monkey Ball. Oh, took a picture of the TV. And what's that one? Oh, Baby Park. F-Zero GX. Oh, hold on. Ah, so you're there and you're there. Same person. If you've betted one of the screens on our score on leaderboard, we want to hear about it. But you'll need to get some evidence of your score. A photo of your TV is best. Oh wow, this is the same of this is the same as what they were doing like in like the early Nintendo powers. Like take a picture of your screen. You need to make sure there's a clear light. So they've either been doing it the whole time or they brought it back after a while. Oh, we can't wait for these. There's a racing game. Oh, James Bond, Pokemon Channel. Oh, PSO3 Card Revolution. I had that. Again, didn't play it too much. While Colosseum allows 3D battling and Pokemon Box lets you put your poker house in order, Pokemon Channel is another matter entirely. You play a Pokemon reporter interacting, interviewing the critters, can I say other Pokemon, then sending a report back to the Pokemon Nice Network News Department. How nice. Sounds like a nice network news department, that does. Shopping channels, quiz shows and exercise classes are also included. How very nice. And look, there's Pikachu having a very jolly old time. And there's Killer 7 of this guy having not a very jolly old time. But oh, look at this. Phantasy Star Online 3 Card Revolution. This kind of brings back memories. I remember, like, you had like heroes that could equip weapons, and then evil, like dark characters that could summon monsters. And the game like, ready, set, fight. I don't remember exactly how it sounded, but it was quite like dull and bored, like ready, set, fight, something like that. Oh, what's going on? What is going on? What is going on? Akin to FFTA, mixed with the twist of Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a vast array of weapons and items for you to get greasy paws on in order to build your very own deck of justice. And here we have this Max Payne on the GBA. And Sabrewulf. In the real world, people don't smash up legendary Sabrewulf amulets and release mythical beasts into the wild. That's what happens in games. Specifically this rare game, where you play as Saberman and control his menagerie of animals in an attempt to imprison the evil wolf once more. And here we have some golf stuff. Mario Golf. That doesn't look like Mario. Splinter Cell. Yeah, that's with Sam Fisher, I think it's called. And here we have, oh, hold on, before we do that, Kingdom Hearts. So this is Chain of Memories. New screens filled with RPG goodness and Disney magic. Just look at them, but don't let Goofy fool you into thinking this is aimed at kids. It's being created by the wizards over at Final Fantasy Square Enix. The original was a massive hit on the PS2. There's no reason to believe that this will be any less cool. Well, it wasn't received well. And here we have some competitions in stores and all that. Want a news resolution? Subscribe to Nom UK. What a resolution would be something like quit smoking or lose X amount of weight or something, not subscribe to a Nintendo magazine. And here you can put in your details and get goodies and subscribe. Your mail. Oh. In issue 1135, you showed those special Pokemon GBSPs. Can I send my GBS somewhere and get the Groudon face sprayed on? We haven't heard anything about such services as of yet. I think you should have a debate on who's the coolest minor character in a video game is. I put forward the case for Makar the Korok from Wind Waker. He just emanates coolness. What do you think? Okay. Karurin's mum out of Kururin. Don't know who that is. I'm the Chain Chomp's biggest fan. He/it's so cool. So I think you should do a Celebrate Nintendo article on the history of Chain Chomp. Failing that, you could list every game the chain Chomp's ever been in. You had to scroll all the way over there. Maybe you're right, the Chain Chomp did win the hard Nintendo character competition, so by rights he should have some sort of reward. Don't you think? I mean, so the sentence ended there, right, in the middle of that page, and then it continued on over here. It's a big jump. I'm sick and tired of Japan getting cool stuff before us. I'm not talking about games, although I'm gutted about Animal Crossing. I'm talking about all the cool stuff you tease with your Big in Japan pages. Just look at that Stars catalogue. Well, that's because it's a Japanese company. The things you send special. So these are items people have sent in. Like, look at this. So number 5. This cool Super Mario Bros. Egg Cup came courtesy of eagle-eyed Max Worthington from Gloucestershire. See, an American reading that would say from Gloucestershire. It's Gloucestershire. And there's, what's number 6? This one's like a choose-your-own adventure book, but with Nintendo characters. Cheers to William Fisher of Ripley for this little gem. What is number 3? It looks like Kirby, but the box is otherwise. There may be some copyright issues with Chucky. Okay, but that's not Nintendo though, is it? It doesn't even a crossover. Anyway, what is this? Uncensored comment and opinion from Nintendo just like you. Oh, uncensored. They won't be cancelling this lot. Why can't no one post reviews on the website before the magazine comes out? I've been waiting for the True Crime Review for ages now, and I'd like to see it early on the website before the issue with the review in it was out. However, I can understand if this is due to finance reasons. People could just go onto the site to save money to buy the magazine, but is this the real reason? If not, Norm, may you please put reviews on the site so we don't have to wait for the magazine to come out. So let me get this straight. You'd rather not pay to see what these people are paid to do with money coming from your pockets. Jeez. Hold on. That's a different comment, isn't it? That's not related. People say to what these people are paid to do. You'd rather not pay to see what these people are paid to do. What's that talking about? I don't get it. Nintendo Smintendo. So are these talking to each other? I don't know. Nom is the only thing I read, except from schoolwork, etc. Why go on the net and pay more money? So these are responding. What is going on with like this text here? Like why? At least they're not speaking in text language. Nintendo official. Come on, Nintendo official magazine. I used to be a. Come on, where is it? PlayStation man, but I converted to Nintendo, which is a good choice. I get 90 every month, but I am not subscribed. I read most of the news of Nintendo Europe, but the mag is definitely worth it. Working at Nintendo must be the coolest job ever. No, I buy Nom every month as well. Converted from PlayStation about 2 years ago, and I love Nom. I just like to see reviews of a game I'm considering to buy before it's Sir Matty's. That's the same one that was, yeah, it's the same one from over here that was talking like that before. Well, I don't think it's a very good idea if people stop buying the mag, and so the mag will run out of money, and we won't have no mag or website then. I would suggest, however, the subscribers area is added where exclusive content is kept for a month only for people who have subscribed and therefore already paid for the mag. That way, no man going to lose money because of all the people that will be seeing it for free on the site who have already paid for the issue in which the review is going to be put into. Yeah, so this person's got more of a level. 994 Wemge has a bit more of a level head. What's your combo on Double Dash? Mine is Toad and Paratrooper in Toad's Kart. Mine's Mario and Wario. Mine's generally the two Toads or Toad and Paratrooper. I play with these. Okay, more letters. Oh ho ho. Nearly done. This has been a big one. Going back to the poll result for I'm getting all the right signals in issue 135, I think the people who said GameCube price drop was sending out the wrong messages have been dropped on their heads as babies. It was a very good move by Nintendo. So good I might get another GameCube. Surely one is enough. Yes. You must have made up that Falsebound Kingdom preview out of your stupid heads. I can't believe that something associated with Yu-Gi-Oh could be that bad. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's in 3D and it's got all new storylines, stuff we've never seen before. Surely it's what every fan has been waiting for their whole life for. Well, you believe what you want. We know the Falsebound Kingdom is a massive disappointment whether you like Yu-Gi-Oh or not. So, take that, Daniel from Portsmouth. And here we have some merch. Real men know what a NES is. Spread the retro word in this. Yeah. You're not a real man if you don't know this particular cultural icon from this particular time era. Yeah. Alright, Club Nom. Was this before Nom became like a term to mean like eat, like, oh, nom nom nom, I'm gonna nom this, and because it's kind of weird them saying nom all the time. Oh, it's that guy again. Oh, double page spread. Nintendo Classic. Oh, just a screenshot. Number 2. Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart. Once Nom's Pokemon whipping boy, Tim started as staff writer in 1997. Since then, he's occupied various chairs around the Nom office, including senior writer and deputy editor, before becoming editor in May 2001. Before Nom, Tim studied at the Darlington School of Journalism. Then there's the battle mode for mazes. The first one's the best, and only the big one upstairs knows how many times I've played it. So I guess that's a lot then. You see, there's no hiding. battle mode in the original Mario Kart. I don't remember if that existed or not. I mean, I've not played it, but I didn't even know that existed. I thought it was just races. Here we are. We have more. Oh, the only first part review there. Get your free Super Mario World fridge magnets and create your own scenes from the Super NES Classic. Yeah, fridge magnets and adverts over there. So what is this? Is this games? Oh. Cheats Unlimited. Ah. Call the number. Right. Oh, look at this. Xbox, PS2, and all these GameCube ones. Obviously, there's been the GameCube magazine, that's what they do. And there we have the back Sonic Heroes. Alright then. This went on for much longer than I thought it would. I thought it would be like maybe 1 hour and 40 or something. 1 hour 50. But it's gone to 2.5 hours. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.